think she picked up something from school, some crud. I thought it was a flu. It's not the flu. We don't have COVID. Hi, welcome to Recent Reads. You're probably like, damn Ashley, why are you starting this on a Wednesday? If you can't hear that crud, that nastiness, I have no idea what to tell you. Because I don't feel as bad as I sound anymore, but I randomly got sick out of nowhere. My child and I think she picked up something from school, some crud. I thought it was a flu. It's not the flu. We don't have COVID. That was incredibly loud. Anyway, we don't have COVID. We don't have the flu. I think it's just a nasty cold. I usually get sick once a year, and this is the time that I get sick. I always get sick in November, and so just great. It's not great, but I'm low-key happy that my energy is back, because let me tell y'all, on Monday I started feeling off. Monday and Tuesday I went to sleep at like 8:45 at night. I don't ever go to sleep that early. I literally put my child down, went and took a shower, and got in the bed and went the fuck to sleep. I don't ever do that. So there's that. I took some time from content. I took some time off. Like, I've been working but not really working, because I've been so exhausted, and so I just have not been back at work because my child has been sick. She can't go to school, and so when she's sick and she can't go to school because it's just the two of us, that means I can't go to work. I've been working a little bit from home, but it's been a struggle managing, trying to work from home, taking care of her and taking care of myself at the same time. It's actually quite overwhelming. But we are in Recent Reads number 14, starting this on a Wednesday, because this is where we're at. So Yallfest is this weekend. I am still planning to attend Yallfest. I think I will feel better enough to attend Yallfest. Like, if I don't go on Friday afternoon, I definitely will be out there on Saturday all day, but I'm definitely excited to go. I don't have anything prepared to go to Yallfest yet because I've been sick. I have to plan out my schedule, what I plan to do. I haven't even told anybody to go to Yallfest, to be honest with you. But before we do all of that, I want to do a quick reading update, if I even have a reading update, because I don't think I've necessarily been reading a lot. And as always, like, I don't really do updates of my manga and my comics here, because it's not what this channel is for. So with that being said, that means that technically I really haven't read anything to talk to y'all about, to be honest. I can tell you that I am in the middle of reading Feel the Fire by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is one of the Calloway sisters books that I have not read. I have read all of the books before this in the series, between the Addicted series and the Calloway sister series. I read all of the books before this book twice. This is the last three books, this is the second Rose and Connor book, and then the second Daisy and Reich book, and then the epilogue with all of them. I had not ever read those three, so on the Audible sale I ended up getting The Fire, so I've been listening to that one, and I only have 3 hours of it left, so I plan on finishing that this week. I really have not been reading anything like book wise. I literally have been reading comics, manga, and graphic novels because it's just the mood that I've been in. But I did go to library book sale last Recent Reads, but I never like hauled anything for y'all. So I just want to do a quick haul and show y'all what I've picked up recently and stuff that I have been sent. And this, which y'all will see this the day before, but this is cool, okay? Right? Like, if you didn't watch the video from, what's the video? If you didn't watch the video yesterday, yeah, because by the time you see this, that video would have gone up yesterday. It's weird how you plan stuff. I need you to check it out. So a couple of things that I got for myself, including stuff from the library book sale. I did get myself If I Could Reach You Volume 5. This was a treat for myself because I did finish volumes 3 and 4 last month, and I'm on this new thing where I don't want to buy myself I don't want to buy manga unless I'm up to that point in that volume. I don't want to collect and not read, which I've already seen can be a nasty habit for me. This is one that I do want to try to read possibly soon in the next couple days, and it's Man-Made Monsters. This is a new indigenous horror YA anthology that remained. I need to read this for Skoden Readathon. I've been reading comics for Skoden Readathon, which is why I'm so thankful that Kim decided to add that as a prompt, because that's what I've been reading. But I really do need to get some physical books in because I'm getting out of control. At the library book sale, I got Like Vanessa by Tammy Charles. I got Garvey's Choice by Nikki Grimes. These were some middle grade and children's books that I've been looking for, and The Promise of Change. These two are both written in verse, which I love books that are written in verse. And I've been looking to read an actual prose book by Tammy Charles. I think I've read picture books by Tammy Charles before, but not a prose book. I also picked up The House of the Scorpion because this one is highly acclaimed, and I've never read it, which came with me as a librarian. I've never read The House of the Scorpion, but this one was on sale for $2. So most of the books that I just showed you from the library book sale were $1 a piece, which is why I like library book sales, but they're also super dangerous. The rest of the Fablehaven series, which I'm supposed to be reading the first Fablehaven series this month, so I picked up book 2. These were all $2 a piece. I picked up book 2, which was Rise of the Evening Star, and it was funny because the lady at the cash register, which I work with them, okay, she was like, I know you didn't pick these up for your daughter. And I was like, I didn't. Like, baby girl got books of her own, but when she saw these, she was like, these are not for your daughter. I said, absolutely not, they're for me. I got book 3, Group of the Shadow Plague, which I did not realize that these books were so freaking thick. Secrets of the Dragon Sanctuary, which is book number 4, which another chunker. And then I got book number 5, which is Keys to the Demon Prison. So that's incentive. Now that I have an entire Fablehaven series, that's the damn incentive to go ahead and pick up that book. Now that I own like 4. I own 4 complete series by Brandon. 4 complete series by Brandon Ball. The pièce de résistance is a gift that I received from Brandy. Which Brandy, I still am in shock that Brandy actually sent this to me, y'all, because she did not have to do this, and I am so grateful that she sent this to me. So, y'all, if you know how much I love this series, then you should know how much this means to me. Brandy sent me the slipcase edition of Something is Killing the Children. First of all, if you know how badass this mask is, what that mask means to slipcase is nice. So this is what the book looks like. I've already read everything in here. I do not even want to read this at all. I probably won't read this, to be quite honest with you. I don't have any intention of reading this because I don't want it to be used. This is like collection type stuff, but this I believe has volumes 1 through 3 in it. Yeah, this is volumes 1 through 3 in it. And so yes, absolutely, this is this is book 1. I cannot wait for book 2. It'll be a while before book 2 comes out, to be honest with you, because book 2 will contain volumes 4, 5, and 6, and volume 6 hasn't dropped yet. But I am looking forward to adding this to my shelf. Thank you so much, Brandy, for sending that to me. Like, you did not have to do that, but I'm super excited for that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this check-in. I'm about to go take a shower and get in this bed and get up and do some work-related things in the morning. And then I am headed to Yallfest, like I said, this weekend. So I will be capturing footage of that, and any reading updates that I have, I will let y'all know. But it has not been a lot of reading updates, y'all. It hasn't been a lot of reading updates because I haven't been reading any books to really talk about except for Fuel the Fire, which that one is actually going really, really good. Like I said, it is the second Connor and Rose book. At first I didn't really think I was gonna like it, but the stakes in this one are pretty high, and I can't really talk about it, but I can say it deals with Connor's past, which we know about prior to jumping into this book. But it's just sad the way that like people treat him, and I think it's very interesting conversation on sexuality as it applies to men who are not cishet. And I think although Connor is a cisgendered man, I think it's a very interesting commentary on men who are not heterosexual. I think people often feel like men who maybe are pan or bi, they automatically are gay if they sleep with or have men as partners. And so I'm really liking the conversation around that, because I think it's a conversation that people don't often have. And I know that although this is a series that revolves around white people, it's a very interesting conversation that's had in the Black community, especially amongst Black women. Like, would you ever be with a man that is not heterosexual? And a lot of people associate non-heterosexual identities as aligned with men as automatically being gay. And that's not true. And so I'm glad that Krista and Becca Ritchie are taking the opportunity to address that through Connor and Rose and the rest of the family. I'm liking that conversation. So we'll see how I feel about the rest of the book. Like I said, I have about 3 hours left of it, which I probably will end up finishing that one tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to dive into after. That is the question. That is the next question. I'm not sure what I'm going to dive into, like, for prose books. I have my comics and stuff lined up, but yeah, I don't know, because I had so much stuff that I was supposed to read on Libby, but it's, life happens, so I'll go from there. But yeah, I will check in with y'all later. Bridge is up. I hate when they do this. This is the only thing about coming down here, and this camera's not even focusing because you're seeing my hand. But I wish you would stop doing that. There we go. But that bridge is up, and now you'll start to see it come down so that we can cross the bridge. That's the only bad thing about coming down here, for real. Sucks. Hello. I am checking in, which this is, my usual check-ins here. I really have not been reading much, y'all. I am finally feeling like better, like not congested, 100% better, but I just realized like how much my body's been going through because I'm exhausted. So it's Yallfest weekend. Woo woo. There also is a tropical storm warning for the area, so it's been kind of dicey like making it downtown, because downtown Charleston floods very easily. So it's been one of those situations where it's kind of dicey trying to get down there. And on top of that, my headlight just went out, or my headlight has gone out, and I just noticed that it was out. So I am I took the headlight out of the car. Yes. I took the headlight out, and I'm going to the parts store right now to go buy a replacement and put the headlight back in, because especially with the storm and everything, I just don't want to drive. So with that being said, I highly doubt I'm gonna make it to anything today. And today is usually kind of like a, if you want to get things signed ahead of time instead of waiting for the chaos of tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big event with all the panels and everything like that. So I'm more like hyper fixated on that than going to signings today. Like, I need to take care of this headlight situation. The cough. Anyway, as far as my reading updates are concerned, I am almost finished with Fuel. Is it Fuel Like Fire? I don't, listen. Whatever this second book is with Connor and Rose, I'm on that one. This one is actually very emotionally charged. I'm kind of like high-key surprised at how emotional this one is, especially when we get a certain, which I'm not going to spoil it, especially when we get a certain like revelation about Daisy, which was, I was not expecting to get that revelation about Daisy in this book, which it was so sad, so sad. I definitely would, I'm gonna do the spoiler thing that I did here with like Midnight Mass. So spoilers right here, because I do feel like there's a content warning associated with it that may be kind of difficult for some readers if you do make it to this book. So spoilers now. So there is a content warning for infertility, and it's definitely related to Daisy. And it was just very emotional, like hearing her having to really talk about the fact that she wanted to have kids and possibly cannot have kids. And I thought it was very heartwarming, although also still very sad. But you know, Rose also wants to have more children, but the way that the book is kind of set up, it's kind of impossible for her and Connor does not want to bring any more children into their social media presence. Like, he just doesn't want to, social media, just like in the tabloids, like he just doesn't want to do that to any more of his kids. So Rose is basically like, I will carry your kid. You can freeze your eggs and I will carry your kid for you. And it just reminds me how close the sisters are, the Calloway sisters are. So spoilers done. No more spoilers. But I'm really enjoying it. I probably have like an hour and some change left of it, which is not that long. I haven't really decided what I'm going to listen to after I finish this one. I may go ahead and start Long Way Down, just because I kind of want to knock the series out. I actually had an Audible credit and I went ahead and bought the first book in the spin-off series, which follows their children, so I may just go ahead and listen to that. I started a book by John Grisham, A Time to Kill, and I'm gonna do a solo review on A Time to Kill, because A Time to Kill, I'm only about 50 pages into it. It's like a 600 and something page book, and honestly I want to finish it this weekend or finish it by Tuesday of next week, because I want to do a solo review on it. I want to do a solo review about the impact of white authors using the N-word in their books, regardless of whether they're trying to capture historical moments, whether they are trying to illustrate and capture racism. I want y'all to understand like how jarring and uncomfortable that is as a Black person, to kind of have to connect with text that is so blatantly harmful to Black people. It's rough, man. Like it is rough. And I always like look to reviews on Goodreads to see like what people think about it. And I look for like reviews that have been done like in the past 5 years or so. And anyway, I have thoughts about that one, but I am reading that one. I need to catch up on my 30 and 30 challenge. I think I fell a little bit behind because I haven't been feeling well and I haven't felt like reading, but I will let y'all know. I'm about to pull into this auto place and get my part. Hey y'all, so I'm doing another check-in. My dad is with me for this check-in because we're about to do something really interesting. Oh, I like that light change. See how it went like a little darker? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are we recording or you just
No, I'm really recording. It's my weekly vlog. This is super not formal.
Okay.
So we are going to be doing a slight unboxing of sorts. I was reached out by the company trytreats.com, and they are a subscription box that focuses on sharing treats from around the globe. It's a monthly subscription box, and they have boxes where, like, one of them you get 5 treats, which is their basic box, and then they have a premium box where you can get 10, and you get to try stuff from all over the world. So they were kind enough to send one to me to try out, and so I'm going to do it today with my dad. I do have a discount that you could use to get 15% off. It's Bookishrealm, and then also the link down in the description box below will allow you to go to the website, use my code so you can get 15% off and try it out. Before we get started, in terms of updates, reading updates, I did end up finishing Fuel the Fire. I think it's Fuel the Fire. I think I was saying Fuel Like Fire earlier, but I ended up finishing Fuel the Fire by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which is, I can't even begin to tell you what book that is in the series, but that is Connor and Rose's final book. And then the next book that I'll be reading is Daisy and Reich's final book, and then the epilogue. I'm going to give that one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot more emotional than I anticipated. I know I talked a little bit about that one earlier in kind of the spoiler/content warning that's affiliated with that one. But I like that we kind of get to see a huge development in Connor as a character, and Rose kind of letting her guard down being a mother, Connor really learning what it means to love other humans outside of himself, and them not just being stepping stones to his own personal success. We finally get to see the removal of a character that has been a problem since the Addicted series with Lillian Lowe, which I was happy to finally see him reach his demise because I feel like it's been a long time coming. I also ended up finishing, like literally just finishing 2 minutes ago, Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones, who I just met last week. Really, really good. Reading that for the Skoden Readathon. Interesting. Very polarizing. I can see why people don't like it, and I can see why people love it. It was a 4-star read for me because it's one of those horror books where you think it's going in one direction and it didn't. So it's about these kids who have this mannequin that they kind of hang out with during the summer that they use to pull pranks and stuff. And then things kind of go left and the mannequin is supposedly killing people. It's very campy, very hilarious. And I think you have to kind of see the humor in it. And I think after meeting Stephen Graham Jones, it helps it make more sense because he's a low-key funny human. And the book itself is kind of low-key funny. You have to get the humor in it because the narrator is just absolutely ridiculous. And I can't say too much because I'll spoil it if I say too much, but for a novella, I think it worked really, really well. I enjoyed the writing. I was fascinated by the direction that the story went because I thought it was going to be killer mannequins, and it definitely is not what you anticipate. I did listen to the ending probably about 3 or 4 times just to get a basic understanding of where our main character was mentally and how that tied into the entire story. But I did end up enjoying it, gave it 4 stars, but enough is enough. We are going to try our box, see where it's from, and we're going to be tasting them on camera for y'all. You have any thoughts before we start?
Let's get to it.
Okay, so this is the box that everything comes in. I open stuff before unboxing things just because it helps not to have to open something on camera. Comes in this nice Treats Explore the World box with the website. So the country that we got is Brazil, clearly. Would you have known that was Brazil?
No.
Okay, well. So this is Brazil. I hate to tear this paper, but because it's so beautifully packaged.
Oh, okay.
Can you help me?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Let's get to it. Oh, I can do this. Okay.
Okay, so in the box, it appears that we get some information about Brazil. So facts about Brazil and a couple did you knows. This is actually something that would be cool for my Around the World Reading Challenge, which is going. It's going. Hopefully I'll have that vlog out by the end of the month. This is the welcome card that just says, this much treats come from Brazil, the 5th largest country in the world. It gives just some basic information about Brazil. And then in here, what we have is a template that allows your friends and families to pick and vote on the snack as you're trying them. So this is cool. So I guess we should have gotten a pen or pencil apiece. And so it appears that there are 10 snacks that we're going to try. And as we go through, we'll rank them as best, worst, or weirdest. All right.
I'm ready.
So I can't even tell what this first one is. It's the biz. Oh, so there's one of each of these. You want to just split one, or you want to? You want to
split one?
Split one. Okay. So
I'll come back.
I don't think there is any. Okay, so that is the thing, y'all. We don't. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. So they have a description of the things on the back. So this first one is Bis by Lacta. Bis by Lacta are Brazil's most popular chocolate-filled wafer biscuits. Individually wrapped, these biscuits are perfect to share or enjoy as a snack on the go.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, you can have the bigger part.
Oh, thank you. It's so nice. Oh.
I feel like it's a chocolate wafer.
Not bad at all. You said dark chocolate?
Just milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate?
I feel like saying best, worst, and weirdest. Like, I'm just gonna mark the box for. I'm gonna put my initial right there. If it was good, I'm just gonna mark it right there.
This is really not working. I need some glasses on.
So the next one we have is Presunto by Yikotos. It's a tasty snack for hours of fun made with premium ingredients that guarantee the crispness and delicious and distinct ham flavor.
Oh, okay.
We should have probably got water too to see
Okay.
the flavor and shell shape make snack time more enjoyable.
Okay.
Okay. Corn snack ham flavored. I think we should get water anyway because we should clear our palates in between. Water.
Thank you.
All right. You want a handful?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I gotta give it a good look. See here.
Does it taste like ham to you?
I'm trying to get the pork out of it, and I don't. I'm trying to get down to the pork part. It's not very salty, so that's a plus. I mean, I haven't looked at the ingredients, but I don't know.
No, 7%.
Okay.
And that's for 2 cups.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Oh, that's really not bad. Okay. For healthiness alone, I gotta grade it.
It tastes bad to me.
Well, can I erase later if I feel like something else beat it out?
Yeah.
It's weird. Okay.
Okay. All right, we're 2 for 2. Third one is the Passa Tempo by Nestle. They're extremely popular cookies in Brazil that consist of cookie stuffed with milk chocolate filling, especially designed to provide a nutrition-filled and fun snack time, made with a mix of oat cereals, whole milk, and chocolate-flavored drops.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Hope they live up to that name. Or that description, rather. Look good. Pass the eye test again. Uh-oh.
I like the cute little look. It has like, is that an alligator with headphones? I think it's like an alligator with headphones on it.
Oh, no. No. This one, they gotta need another chart for this one. This is pretty good.
That is good.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, y'all, it tastes like a cookie with Nutella.
This is good.
That's really good.
Oh, yeah.
It does. It tastes like a cookie with Nutella in it.
Yeah. Mom will love this also.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. You can leave that.
Good. What do you mean I can leave that? You mean like leave it here when I leave?
Yes. You're not going to return it back to the company. So you might
Well, we're going to take it home for me and baby.
Because you're a baby, young enough, you can do this again later on. I'm up in the years, so I may never get this again. Okay?
There's so much wrong with that argument.
I hope your audience see this and vote for me.
Vote for you, they will. Imagine if you had a glass of milk.
Matter of fact, at the end, we need to change up.
I think everything else after this one is chocolate.
All righty then.
All right, the next thing is churrasco. Brazilians are known to be big football fans, and these chips are a great football snack. Torcida, which means cheer party, is a reference to friends gathering to watch football matches.
Yeah, for football.
Are these steak flavored?
Well, no.
I feel like these are steak. Like there's this. Okay, so this is the pack, y'all. It looks like there's a steak on the package. You think it'll taste like steak? Okay, these ones might be.
Well, they don't.
I'm gonna vote no.
I cannot be watching a soccer game.
I'm gonna vote no on this one.
You know, it's all depending on what beer I had and how many have I drank before I start eating.
I'm gonna say weirdest.
I'm gonna agree with you on that, Ashley.
Okay.
That is really different.
That is very different. I almost don't like that they say like weirdest. Like I wish it's just like different.
Yeah, because it's definitely different.
It's different.
I hate to call food
weird. Yeah. Okay, Baton by Grotto is a delicious chocolate stick in cylindrical form of a baton.
Oh.
I'm guessing it's called baton and not baton. Is the best-selling chocolate for children in Brazil. And in the year 2012, it was consumed by more than 17 million Brazilians.
Okay.
Okay.
If kids love it, I'm sure I love it because I'm a kid.
Oh, wow.
Kind of stingy, but okay.
This is it, y'all. This is what it looks like.
I want to get all that last one out.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with this at all. None. And if you do,
Pure chocolate.
And if you do, you can just pass it over.
That's Mom's.
Oh yeah, Mom, I love that. Oh my goodness! Now this.
That was good.
That's a tie right now.
I don't know.
I'm a sweet tooth type guy, so you know.
Well, this is gonna be a treat for you because all the rest of them are chocolate.
Well, guess what? They're gonna have to really go to be last.
Okay. Laca Bronco is a rich and creamy chocolate bar. The taste of creamy and smooth chocolate is perfect for satisfying a sweet tooth at any time of day. Okay. Is this white chocolate though? It is white chocolate. This is a chocolate bar.
Well, you should have got stingy on this one yourself.
I'm not stingy. That's your whole piece.
Oh, okay. Now this is different. What's the ingredients in this again?
It's a rich and creamy chocolate bar, but it's white chocolate.
Not bad. It's something that takes it away from being your normal white chocolate.
It tastes like, I feel like when you chew it, it almost gets sweeter. The more you chew it, the sweeter it gets.
Exactly.
That's different.
That is different.
I've never had that.
That is different.
Where like the first bite, it doesn't feel super sweet. I mean, it doesn't taste super sweet.
Well, see, this one really go in the weird category, but not a bad weird.
It's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
That's interesting. Okay, so the next one we have is Prestigio Bronco by Nestle. Ooh, I'm gonna love this one. It's chocolate bars filled with coconut. You don't like coconut, do you?
I do coconut, but
the chocolate
sparingly.
The chocolate is creamy and the coconut filling isn't too sweet. Together, they come together to form a delicious and unique flavor of chocolate and coconut.
Okay.
Mom is gonna like this one too.
Okay.
You know what? It's amazing how far-reaching some companies are. Like Nestle, you think associated with America.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, well.
Okay, so this is another white chocolate.
I learned some history today. The 5th largest country?
That's a lot of coconut.
Oh, I like the way it broke apart. I mean, I haven't tasted it. I like the way...
Like the texture?
I like the texture of it. Oh, the coconut is... Oh, I love it, Ashley. I love the coconut. I'm sorry, I'm serious.
Good?
Oh, yeah.
I like anything with coconut in it, so I'm kind of vibing.
I'm with you, too. I mean, this has moved its way to my top of the list already. I just wish the ball was bigger.
I know, everything's like sample size.
Yeah.
Except the chips. Oh, this was the package.
Mom don't need to know that exists. So
Oh, please.
yeah.
Good luck hiding it from her. Okay. We have three more to try. These are our last three. I know you're in heaven right now.
This is good. Maybe they'll send you a box next time with all chocolate.
I like.
So that would
I
be
wish it was. I want I like savory stuff too though.
Oh yeah.
This is like a box for you because you're a sweet tooth person.
Oh.
Next, we should probably mark.
I'll give it a grade. When last time we graded?
I don't know. See, this wasn't like.
Yeah.
This was different. But I it's not like it was like bad. Like, so nothing that I've tasted, I think, has been technically like bad.
No doubt.
I'm going to we're going to change this. And we're going to say different.
Oh, we can do that?
I'm doing it. We're going to say different. So I'm going to put that one under different too. Because I've never experienced that before.
I never experienced, but I love it.
The white chocolate one?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do up top for the coconut one.
Oh, no, the coconut is up top. You're right. I'm sorry. I got a...
That was the one that when you tasted it, like when you start chewing it, it got sweeter.
I like that idea.
But I put it in like different because I've never had anything that tasted like that.
Yeah, okay. You convinced me.
I convinced you.
But I really, this right here, this thing is off. This.
Okay. Ooh. The next one is Choquito by Nestle. Oh, it's okay. It's just my battery. It's still recording.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so next one is Choquito by Nestle. It's a chocolate bar filled with chewy fudge, crunchy Rice Crisp covered in real milk chocolate.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is the packaging, y'all. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't.
No, you're not.
Really
No, you're
didn't
not.
get that much.
You're
I'm sorry.
not sorry about that.
Whole thing being fair and equal. This is the third best so far. I'm not a total fan of this yet.
Jaw hurts.
No, I'm not a total fan of this. You know, I would like to see I want to see if I can take some pictures of those covers and go out and see how they're being ranked on the internet.
Look them up on the internet?
No.
That one was almost too sweet for me.
Well, no, that's no, that's not a favorite.
That's the first time you drank your water.
Yeah, that's not a
It's not a favorite? Okay.
Oh, well.
I'm going to say that this one is my least favorite one.
Which is, that's a tough word, but I can't believe we're agreeing
on everything.
On 90% of this stuff. That's not real. So something will happen in the last couple.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
So the second to last one is a Lolo. It's the cutest delicious chocolate bonbon filled with malted milk. I feel like this is going to be sweet too. But here's what it looks like.
Oh, I like this.
Oh, you know what it reminds me of?
A Milky Way. Like me.
Three Musketeer.
I don't think nothing wrong with this ball. Not at all. It's ranked in the best category for me.
This is okay.
Yeah, I gotta put it in the best category because stuff the categories are as they.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You said it would come down. That one's different for me.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's a texture thing for me. I wish like the inside of it was softer.
Okay.
And it's too chewy.
Gotcha.
Okay. Last one is Diamante Negro. Hold all your jokes.
Oh boy.
These dark chocolate bars are made up of rich chocolate with crunchy honey inside. The combination of the creamy and smooth chocolate with crunchy honey gives it a texture anyone would love.
Okay then.
I like the packaging has diamonds. Okay, y'all. Last one.
Last one, we going oh, it breaks in two. Okay.
Even though
presentation wasn't too bad.
Oh, you can see actually like the honey pieces on the inside. That's interesting.
I'm trying so hard. I hope nobody sees this. Oh.
It's too sweet.
You know I gotta go there, right?
Go where?
What's the name of this again? This is the worst one of everything. Oh, forgive me. But how did we do this? How did we? Yeah, I guess it's labeled that way, so we had to go back in order. But oh, good God! Oh, ain't done it for me. But that's somebody, people like this. It's just that our two taste buds happen to agree on this one. It just, wow. Did you put it in a different? Can you put it in two categories at once?
You could put it in worse.
Oh, no. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, no. I gotta eat it, though, because I don't like throwaway food, but, man. Well, I can honestly say I graded everything honestly. My taste bud graded everything honestly. And that last bar, there was a reason in that last.
Okay. So if you had to pick your favorite out of the entire box, what would it be?
Oh, out of the entire box.
Out of the entire box.
Oh, God. It's going to have to be almost a tie, but
I know you like the cookies.
This was really good.
This one?
Yeah, that's really good. That's good.
The coconut one?
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
You can go with the coconut one?
Yeah, I like that one. But it's like a tie, really. But if I have to pick one, I would pick that one. But, normally it's just a tie. But I wouldn't have no problem picking who comes in last.
This is probably my favorite.
Oh, really?
Because they taste like cookies with Nutella, and I really, really like Nutella.
And this wasn't bad at all.
I really, really like those.
And it's actually got the numbers that Mama be interested in.
All right, y'all. Well, that'll be it until I do a check-in later. Thank you for joining me so graciously. I didn't want to do this by myself. I thought it'd be more fun to do it with.
It will.
Another
Please,
human.
Send more.
Not send more.
Oh, send ones.
All right, I'll check in later, y'all. Good morning. I am headed to Yallfest this morning, and y'all, I'm not as excited as I've been in years past. I don't know, it's because I feel like it we don't get a broad circulation of authors. I felt like you keep bringing back the same people every year, so then I'm not as excited anymore. And this year, I am excited to see is it Angela? Fuck, I'm about to butcher her name. Angeline Booley. I am excited to see her. She's opening keynote. And so I'm excited to go speak to her and meet her and get my book signed. Claribel Ortega, I'm excited to meet them. Shannon Hale, I'm excited to meet her. But, that's probably the three authors that I want to see. Honestly, I think it's the three authors that I want to see today, and I'll just be at panels for the rest of the day because I just can't. I don't know. It's just not. Maybe I need to take a year off and then go back. I don't know, but it's good for professional development to learn about what's happening in the publishing industry. But yeah, so I'm riding solo dolo for the first half of the day. And then my coworkers are meeting me at 12-ish. We're going to go to the banned books panel, which that one I am excited for. I'm very excited for that one. But I'm going to get on the road so I can make it to this opening keynote, and then I'll check in with y'all later. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna do this last kind of check-in because I'm gonna be traveling tomorrow when this video is supposed to go up, and so I don't want to do any clips tomorrow for this recent reads. This is a shorter recent reads because I was sick and it was a lot going on, and I didn't even really do the first clip till Wednesday. I didn't really talk at all today except this morning because of Yallfest, and so yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of b-roll footage. You've seen a lot of b-roll footage from Yallfest, which is cool, but y'all, honestly, I I have a lot of thoughts about Yallfest, and I don't even know where to begin today. I did not enjoy myself the way that I thought I would enjoy myself. It was just a lot that happened. So kind of recapping, just a couple of things that kind of stood out to me. It's three kind of things that kind of stood out, and it could be a lot of the fact that I'm hoping that maybe things will improve in the future, or maybe I no longer need to go. And I don't go because I'm a YA literature fanatic. Like, I really go because I do work in a field and specifically work with youth materials. So when we're talking like festivals or conferences that center around middle grade and YA books, like, I'm gonna be there as a librarian. It's my job to be a part and to hear these conversations and to hear what's happening in the community. So I think that one of the things that probably frustrated me first off was that they had a banned books panel, which is great. I'm glad that they're acknowledging how much has happened this year with banned books and last year, and that it has become a significant issue in the community. However, there was not a single librarian or teacher on that panel. And I get that this is an author event, but with something like banned books, to have a thorough and I think truly informative conversation, you should have people on the front lines, representation from people who are on the front lines, having to deal with the repercussions of these book bannings, meaning librarians and teachers that have to sit on review committees, librarians and teachers who are engaging in self-censorship because of the dangers of losing their job, librarians and teachers who are leaving the profession because they're getting doxxed and threatened. And that element was kind of left out of the conversation. There was a comment made about librarians not buying books because of queer representation, which I didn't like because it left out the full picture. And I'm glad that someone did jump in and say, yes, it's self-censorship, but there was no explanation as to why self-censorship is happening. And a lot of it is happening because librarians are fearful for not only their jobs, but their lives. And they know that engaging in materials and giving kids access to this stuff, buying it with money that's coming from their district, their county, their state, or wherever, is putting them in precarious situations. It is jeopardizing their livelihoods. And so the nuance for that was lost. And as a librarian, it made me a little upset because the insinuation, and I'm sure that there are cases where you have some people in my profession and in teaching who are teachers who may be engaging in it, but the likelihood is not as high as what was kind of insinuated. And there was a comment that like, be the librarian that you would want to be. And I'm like, you know, there are a lot of librarians who are busting their ass right now trying to make sure kids have access. And there are a lot of teachers out there who are putting their bodies literally on the line. And so I just felt like that panel, one, should have been longer. It should have been a 2-block panel. They should have extended it to 2 blocks to have a conversation, because it's not an easy conversation, and it's not a conversation that you can have in 30 minutes. And I think that to have a true discussion, a teacher and a librarian should have been added to that panel, because while it's nice to get the author perspective, you need all 3 perspectives, the author, the teacher, and the librarian, to create a thorough, robust, and nuanced conversation. And it bothered me that that was not something that was considered. The next thing that kind of bothered me was we went to a mental health panel, which was great, amazing. I got to hear from some debut authors who I'm excited to learn more from. I'm excited to pick up their books. I just loved just the conversation that was had. But that was very intentional, because I felt like we were going to get a very robust conversation from the people who were on that panel. But Yallfest decided to do an ARC giveaway, which I will show you the ARC that I got, which is nice. But they decided to do an ARC giveaway. And the organizers or the volunteers who were there, I'm sure that they probably had a long day. I'm sure that it was chaotic. I don't know what type of training people are provided whenever they volunteer for Yallfest, but people were asking one of the volunteers like, hey, you know, what about the giveaway? And the response was just so negative. And you could visibly tell it made people feel uncomfortable, because the person was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like, I have no idea. Like, just sit back down and I'll let you know. And then it was like, they turned around and they looked at me like, were you even in this panel? I'm like, oh, I said, ease up, like, relax. Like, I understand. And what's interesting is like, it wasn't one of those panels where it was a lot of people. It probably was 75 of us, which for these panels is not a lot of people. And when they took the sheet off of the ARCs, right? Because another volunteer came and they had to have like 50 to 75 copies of each book. We were only allowed to choose one, which is fine. Perfectly fine. We were only allowed to choose one. But one of the volunteers only was giving books from the first pile and was telling people, you take the book that I give you and you can go and trade outside. And I said, well, what sense does that make that you're telling us to go trade these ARCs outside, but you're giving everybody the same ARC? That doesn't make any sense. So I got upset and was like, 1, you're not going to talk to me like that. 2, you have a bunch of kids in here who are excited to choose a book that they're anticipating for next year. You shouldn't talk to them like that. And I felt bad because at one point there was a person who was in front of me. I don't know how old they were or anything like that, but they felt like they couldn't even ask, like they were given a book that they didn't want. And there were stacks of books just sitting on the table. And they were like, I really didn't want, like, you know, I didn't want the one that they wanted here. I'll show you the one that they wanted, because I have a copy of it. This is the one that they wanted, which is a YA fantasy series that focuses on a siren that doesn't come out till June of next year. So they wanted that one. And I was like, okay, well, I'll talk to the person and I'll ask them. Like, so I went up to them and I said, they didn't want that book. They wanted this one. Can you swap it? You have plenty on the table right there. Just give it to them. Like, let's just not make this difficult. It shouldn't be a situation like that where no one was storming the table, no one was being rude, no one was trying to make the situation complicated. But the volunteers were extremely rude. And we're talking, this is a youth-related event. And they were being rude. And, like, there was someone, I think they probably were closer to me in age. And they were like, I mean, they're basically telling us to get the F out. I mean, that's the energy, because then a volunteer was like, when you get your ARC, you need to leave. You have to leave. And it was like, okay, like, ease up. Like, we're all in a very stressful situation. Like, this is not how you talk to people. This is why people don't want to come back. I just don't feel like it had the same energy that it's had in years past, and it wasn't as enjoyable. The keynote situation was awkward because it was Danielle Clayton and Cassandra Clare, and one of the younger, it was a kid, you know, said, I heard that your work came from fan fiction. And it was just a very, if you know the story behind that, it was a very awkward situation. I just don't think things were as, like, organized this year. I wish that they did more showcasing of debut authors. I wish the debut authors were getting a little bit more love than they get. It didn't have the same feel for it. So I'm debating about whether I even want to go next year, to be honest with you, because I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna continue to go, because at this point this year's experience was just not good at all. So yeah, I didn't have a good experience this year, y'all. I just didn't have a good experience this year. I don't know. I didn't. And it's not like, it's like, oh, are you outgrowing it? Like, are you too old? And it's like, I'm not going to enjoy it. The festival itself is for kids. It's supposed to be for kids. I go for informative purposes, like I said, related to my job at this point in my life. And I think that I'm not gaining anything informative or useful for my job anymore. So I think that it may be best that I kind of leave the situation alone, unless it's like a thing where like a huge group of people want to go. But for right now, like I think I'm kind of done. So there's that. In terms of like reading, I didn't get any reading done at all. Last night, I ended up finishing the second book in the, oh gosh, I forget I'll put it on the Surviving the City series, where we focus more so on Two-Spirit representation. One of our characters comes out as Two-Spirit, and so yeah, so it was really good. I enjoyed it as a follow-up. I started listening to Protector of the Water Monster, and I'm about 20% into that. I didn't listen to any of that. I didn't read it all today. So, but I will show y'all the books that I did pick up. I only picked up 3 books. 2 of them are graphic novels that I wanted. This is the one that I had been anticipating, which is Diana and Nubia. I have the first one that just focuses on Diana. So I'm excited to read this one, and all of these were pre-signed. I didn't go to any signings at all today. I had no interest in going to any signings. I was there for the informational stuff, not the signing. So both of those are signed. I got Amethyst, also by Shannon Hale. This one is signed by her. And then I got Hearts Unbroken, and this one is signed as well. Like, these are pre-signed, by the way. Because you're like, well, you said you didn't get any books signed, but you're saying you're signed. It's because these were pre-signed. I bought these when I was there. I bought those signed. So that's it, y'all. I think that, yeah, that's it. That's it for this recent reads. As always, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notification. And I will be back with another recent reads next week.